Welcome back to the Blood Bear channel. In this video, we will be reading and discussing Genesis chapter 5. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Genesis chapter 5, it is pretty much just lineage, and that's all that there is in there. It goes from Adam to Noah, all the way down there. So expect me to mispronounce quite a few names. So anyways, with that being said, we'll just jump straight on into this chapter of Genesis. We are in chapter 5. I read from the NIV version of the Bible, if you want to follow along with that. Anyways, chapter 5, verse 1. This is the written account of Adam's family line. When God created mankind, he made them in the likeness of God. He created them male and female and blessed them. And he named them mankind when they were created. When Adam had lived 130 years, he had a son in his own likeness, in his own image, and he named him Seth. After Seth was born, Adam lived 800 years and had other sons and daughters. Altogether, Adam lived a total of 930 years and then died. When Seth had lived 105 years, he became the father of Enosh. After he became the father of Enosh, Seth lived 807 years and had other sons and daughters. Altogether, Seth lived a total of 912 years, and then he died. When Enosh had lived 90 years, he became the father of Kenan. After he became the father of Kenan, Enosh lived 815 years and had other sons and daughters. Altogether, Enosh lived a total of 905 years, and then he died. It's quite somber. They all just, it's like only the firstborn son, and then that's it. So, anyways, when Kenan had lived 70 years, he became the father of Mahalalel. What? Mahalalel. How do you say that name? I don't know. After he became the father of Mahalalel, Kenan lived 840 years and had other sons and daughters. Altogether, Kenan lived a total of 910 years, and then he died. When Mahalalel had lived 65 years, he became the father of Jared. See, that one's easy. After he became the father of Jared, Mahalalel lived 830 years and had other sons and daughters. Altogether, Mahalalel, I'm getting better, look at that, lived a total of 895 years, and then he died. When Jared had lived 162 years, he became the father of Enoch. After he became the father of Enoch, Jared lived 800 years and had other sons and daughters. Altogether, Jared lived a total of 962 years, and then he died. Dude lived a long time. When Enoch had lived 65 years, he became the father of Methuselah. After he became the father of Methuselah, Enoch walked faithfully with God 300 years and had other sons and daughters. Altogether, Enoch lived a total of 365 years. Enoch walked faithfully with God. When he was no more, God took him away. Then he was no more because God took him away. So basically, dude was so good that God's like, yeah, you're coming with me. We're going to cut your life a little short and you're coming with me. Anyways, when Methuselah had lived 187 years, he became the father of Lamech. After he became the father of Lamech, Methuselah lived 780 782 years, and had other sons and daughters. Altogether, Methuselah had lived a total of 969 years, and then he died. When Lamech had lived 182 years, he had a son. He named him Noah, and said, "He will comfort us in the labor and painful toil of our hands caused by the ground the Lord has cursed." After Noah was born, Lamech lived 595 years and had other sons and daughters. Altogether, Lamech lived a total of 777 years, and then he died. After Noah was 500 years old, he became the father of Shem, Ham, and Japheth. I don't know. But yeah, obviously that he in the beginning of that is referring to God, I believe. It says he will comfort us in the labor, so that's probably referring to God there. But yeah, that's all 32 verses of Genesis there, Genesis chapter 5 there. So now I guess we just get into what I think about this one, which is not much, because again, there's not really any scientific evidence to support these things. There is, I'm sure their bodies are all probably well and gone by now, especially after Noah's flood, right? So anyways, some people might say, when I got to Genesis chapter 5 and it was all about lineage, it's kind of boring. It's kind of boring. I want to read it. And those people that say that would be absolutely right. It is very boring, and you do ask yourselves, like, why read this? Because it's so boring. But you don't read it because it's exciting. It's not one of those fantasy entertainment books. It's a true book based on a true story, believe it or not. Right? Anyways, I do agree though that lineage can be extremely boring and kind of off-putting to read about, because this was like, what, I don't even know how many years ago. It was a long time ago, and you're just like, and then with some of these people, all you get is their name, how old they were when they had their first kid, and then how many years after their first kid they lived, and then how many years total they lived until they died. Like, that's like most of them. That's like all you get on most of them, the people in there. So it can be fairly boring. But this one's actually very important to read. And to understand, you have to actually kind of look into it, because while it does show like a family line from Adam all the way to Noah and his children, it's also important because of what the names mean, right? So if you put all the names in order from Adam to Noah, you actually get a very interesting thing happens there about Jesus and his coming and his crucifixion and what he does in the coming years. So I guess let's start with these names and what they mean. So if you look at Adam means man, like both as like he's male, but also as in like man, as in like human beings, like the species. And then you have Seth, which means like either it means to appoint or like appointed, basically. And then Enosh means mortal. Canaan means dwelling or nest. Mahalael means like it's either the praise of God or praise of God. I'm not sure if these in there or not, but that's what it means. It means praise of God. And then Jared means like to descend or come down. Enoch means like to make disciple, or some like along those lines, or it's just disciple. Then Methuselah means pierced or like speared. I think it means speared is the more accurate translation. And then you have Lamech, which is like an unknown man or something. And then lastly you have Noah, which means like to rest or give peace around that. I think that's what it means. And then you put them all together from what my research that I did into this a little bit. So you put those together and you get right here, man appointed mortal dwelling. So like on earth, we became mortal on earth. And then the praise of God, meaning Jesus, descended to make disciples, pierced by an unknown man to give peace or rest, depending on how you translate it. That, and it also could mean speared by an unknown man to give peace or rest. And then so like the unknown man is probably just like, that's not the important part, right? That's just some Roman soldier during the crucifixion, right? Whereas the important part is he is pierced, and then that to give peace or rest, right? That's the important part. So in this one we have mortal humans on earth, right? And then we have the praise of God, Jesus descending to make disciples, and then pierced by something to like by it or speared to give peace or rest, right there. So, and then that last part most certainly is talking about the crucifixion. So I just think that's pretty interesting right there, if you follow the meaning of the names. I don't think that's the last part that happens with. We might need maybe we'll look into those. But it is fun. It's fun to look at that, and maybe that shines new light on this fairly boring chapter of Genesis with it just being lineage there. Anyways, after that, some people might be like, "Hey, how come these humans live so long?" And the short answer to that question is, I don't know. I don't know, man. Why are you asking me? But here I like literally just came up with this with like a theory, kind of, while I was writing this script for this video, and it's fairly interesting because it's so I said like it might be because in the garden, without us sinning, we were supposed to be immortal there, but then we got cast out because of that sin against God, and then so the more and more humans sinned and pushed ourselves away from God, because God is the basically he's our supplier of life, right, of all life. So as we sinned, we kept pushing him further and further away from us, and that is what is shortening. That's what shortens the human's life span. And then we get to a place now where most people live to like where they're 70, or I think that's the average, and we're with technology and stuff, we're kind of are able to extend our life a bit. So it's kind of, I say it's stagnated, but we wouldn't be able to tell if it was or wasn't. So we could, in like the future, people like humans might genuinely live until they're like only 50 years old. Well, actually that happened, but then we developed medicine to extend our life. Because I think back a while ago anyways, that's not really the point. We've kind of stagnated. We reached a point to where we have these. I mean, there's shorter lifespans on, like, if you got good genes, right, you might be in, like, good medical care. You might be able to live to 100 if you're lucky. But anyways, that's like the normal lifespan now, and that's, in my theory here, that's because we got that lifespan whenever, because then God came as Jesus and then died for us, and then whoever believes in him will be saved and be promised. Whoever believes in him is promised eternal life, right, in heaven. So there's that. But anyways, that'll be it for this video. So do like and subscribe, and I guess I'll just see you in the next one. Alrighty.